Alright. Hello and welcome to my channel. Last week I received a huge donation of some awesome retro computers and some other interesting stuff. I haven't looked through it all yet, but that's what we're gonna do in today's video. But before we get started, please do me the favor of subscribing to my channel and liking this video. That tells YouTube that you like my stuff, and YouTube in turn shows my stuff to a lot of other awesome people just like you. While you do that, I will run the intro. Yeah! This is the loot, and there's nothing left to do but to get started. This first box appears to contain some big box games, some accessories for the Toshiba laptop, some cables, power supplies and cassette adapters for Commodore stuff. Some floppies, ooh, and an old hard drive, interesting. More games, ooh, Monkey Island 2, oh that's interesting, for Amiga even, nice. Microsoft Windows for the Toshiba, interesting. And this is some PC hardware. Sound blaster. That's gonna be fun to look through in details. A Toshiba laptop, nice. Commodore 64, some manuals, a printer, some floppies, some old joysticks, some books, a floppy drive, an IBM keyboard. Yeah, interesting. This feels light. Ooh, this is games. Zool for Amiga. Nigel Mansell's, I don't know, World Championship. The Chaos Engine. Afterburner. Syndicate. Oh, nice. Some MIDI equipment. This guy liked making music, or at least he collected a lot of music tools. I think this is a graphics card he mentioned to me. Gonna be an interesting video about that, I guess. Ooh, tools. And a lot of floppies. More floppies, lots of floppies, some cables, yeah, interesting, but not today. Yet another box full of different cables. This is some Xbox stuff, some PlayStation stuff, a power brick, yeah. Different joysticks, a power supply, looks like somebody made one themselves, some kind of joystick, from AmigaKit.com. Yet another Commodore 64. This donor actually told me that all, or if not most of the equipment is actually working because he didn't want to collect broken stuff. So I have good reason to believe that actually all of this stuff is working, which makes it even more interesting. Okay, this might be a broken Amiga 600. But it looks nice, so maybe there'll be some spare parts. Some floppies. PC hardware. Power supply. Downloadable game for PlayStation. Interesting. Nice. A mechanical IBM keyboard. PS2. Commodore cassettes and floppies. I guess this is for, I don't know, could both be PC and Amiga. This is a brand new hard drive for some reason. More hard drives. Net card, a lot of cables. Yeah. An Amiga 1200. That's interesting. A 110-volt power supply, some joysticks, power supplies, and some cables. Okay, that was all the small stuff. Ah, no, wait, there's one more box. Let's have a look at that. Yay, more big box games. King's Quest, Soccer, ooh, Red Alert. Red Alert for PC, I guess. It looks like it. Nice. Command and Conquer. Zool again. Ooh, Leisure Suite Larry. For PC, more Leisure Suite Larry. Command and Conquer again. Commodore cartridge, final cartridge. King's Quest. I don't know that game. That's a cool game. And we even got the third version of it. Interesting. Okay, that was all the boxes. Let me just clean this up and we'll look through the computers afterwards. Now it's time for the really interesting part. Have a look at all these beautiful machines. I know there's a lot of IBM stuff because we got at least 2 mechanical IBM keyboards. This is a metal casing, whereas the other one was a plastic casing. I don't know what that means. This one has an AT connector. Could be interesting. I'm gonna put this aside. And there's another one right here, which is more or less the same. Listen to that. Mwah. Okay, we got a little more boring keyboard here. Ooh, that's an Atari keyboard. That's interesting. Boring, but interesting. And it has an AT connector, so maybe there will be an Atari computer somewhere in this loot. Could be cool to have one of these. Okay, this keyboard is not a keyboard. That's a Commodore 1200. We already got one of these right over here. So I guess we got 2 now. One there, one here. And according to the seller, both should be working. And then this keyboard says laser on it. I'm not sure what that means, but I think there's a laser XT machine in this loot. AT connector, or well, technically this could be an XT connector as well. And the keyboard says XT compatible, but we still call this plug an AT plug, even though it can both be AT and XT. Screw that. Moving on. Below that is a box of a Commodore Amiga 500. Let's see if it's inside. Sure, that's an Amiga 500 with the modulator, so you can use it with a television. Interesting. I've had one of these before, but I sold it as part of a larger loot. I think I'm gonna play a little bit with this one before I'm gonna ship it off. What else do we have? Yeah, down here we got a couple of, that's a WIC 20. This is a Commodore 16 and a Commodore 64. Looks to be in decent condition. Yeah, let's put that one over here. I want to play with all this and test it at one point, but it's not going to be in this video because this video will be way too long if I do that. Okay, this feels like it's missing some screws. Oh yeah, no screws in this one. That looks nice. Somebody put an X on this one. Most likely means that's defective. I don't know what chip that is. I don't know. We might need to repair this at some point. This is a Commodore 16. I never had a working Commodore 16, so it could be really interesting to see if this one will actually start. Again, the donor told me this should be working, so I don't know. Could be cool to have a working Commodore 16. What else do we have in the loot? Oh, we got this one. A Commodore Plus 4. Again, should be working. I'm not sure though. These are really famous for breaking down really easily. So, but yeah, I have had like 5 or 6 of them, all broken. So maybe like 7 times is this. What does you say? The 7th time is the luck's charm or something like that. I don't know. I don't do limericks. What do we have here? Okay, we have this black box down here. Let's have a look at that. Oh shit, that's heavy. That's an IBM computer with a Pentium 4 sticker on it. That sounds like a door stopper. There we go. This is gonna start becoming heavy. Okay, come over here and have a look at this one. This is an Amiga 500, which means we have 2 of those in this loot. This one comes with an external floppy drive. And finally, we only have these huge mother of something left. And you know, that floor is really, really far away. So somebody has to do something about that. And I guess that's gonna be me. If somebody told you nerds don't get exercise, they are lying. The first contender of this row of machines looks like some kind of multimedia PC from the early to mid 90s, I guess. We got a 32-speed CD-ROM drive, and we got 5.25-inch floppy drives, but all are color matched, so there's a good chance that this is actually built like that and not an add-on later on. But this looks like some kind of semi-modern AT based machine. The next one says ABC on the front. I have no idea what that means, but we are on a 3.25-inch floppy, and it uses AT style keyboard and a serial mouse. So I would guess we are late 80s or early 90s there as well. This is an IBM personal computer XT. No, that's an AT. Yeah, you can look up what that is online. That is an interesting machine, and if it's working, I'm gonna have a nice time with it. Next up, we got an XT, and I can see this one is most certainly been hacked later on because it's got a 3.25-inch floppy drive. This was most likely this looks like the hard drive that came with it. So I think this was one of the ones sold with the hard drive in. I don't think every XT machine was sold with hard drives, but I have had one of these before, and that worked even after it has been living on a Danish school for like 30 years. So those are really, really well built. This is an IBM PS2 something. Yeah, I don't know the specs of that one. But yeah, more IBM stuff. This again, now we are in the 90s, early to mid 90s. Again, we have a modern CD-ROM drive and a 5.25-inch floppy. This one says 486DX33 on it, meaning that's a 33 MHz 486er if it hasn't been upgraded. Yeah. This is another personal computer. This is one of the real old ones with full height floppy drives inside of them. Ooh, that's a floppy there. DOS 1.0. Interesting. And finally, we have this contender, which looks like it has been used in some kind of hardware throwing contest. That's a compact thing, and it's loose now, and the cabinet has been tossed around with. This is never gonna be a computer again, but I see a motherboard in there that maybe could be salvaged for some extra fun. A quick look on the floor. We have some monitors. Looks like original IBM monitors, except maybe for that one. And this is a Sony Triniton display. Unfortunately, the plastic is broken, but the screen should be working in itself. But I'm not gonna repair it. I think I'm gonna find somebody who has one where the plastics are okay and they need some spare parts for it. And the final part I'm gonna show you is the crown of this loot. This is a stack of sound equipment. We got 2 Roland MT32s down here. I think there's something different about them, but I don't know exactly what. I'm gonna make a whole video about these, maybe a whole series about these things, because this is so awesome. I tried to get my hands on just a couple of them, but they are so expensive. And now I, out of the blue, got donated the entire stack, almost complete collection of these machines. This is used to make sound, to take MIDI output from games and actually make it sound awesome, and not just like somebody playing on pans and pots in the kitchen. I don't know anything about more than most of this, but I know it's awesome, and I know that I'm gonna figure out how it works and make some awesome content about it. But that was about that. That was the loot of May 2022. And I'm most likely gonna spend the rest of the year sorting this out, maybe figuring out where stuff goes. And yeah, I'm most likely not gonna keep it all, but some of the stuff is exciting enough that I'm gonna keep it, and I'm gonna make some content about it. Speaking of content, thank you so much for the view. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel so you won't miss a single episode of my upcoming content. And then I guess I see you out there in the dark corners of the interwebs.
Thank you so much for the view. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more awesome retro content. If you wish to support this channel, you are very welcome to do so directly through Patreon or Tenor app, or by purchasing some of our merchandise. That helps a lot. Finally, you can also support us by simply watching a lot of our videos and by getting your friends to do the same.